Okay, all the way back with lovely Hello Lady. So let's get back to our glorious, lovely Hello Lady. With our love circles, right? If you don't mind, please go, please like the video if you find it if you find this stuff entertaining, you like it all that stuff. Also have the video if you can. Um, but also I want to say last thing. If you don't mind, please go on the community post and freaking voting like because I have no idea how well it's gonna go on stuff, but there's like four fucking three, four polls in there that quite frankly I I want people to people's input on so I can figure out what the hell okay, if I'm gonna change my freaking schedule again. It's quite frank. But anyhow, it's shut up and get back to it. Um, also as of right now, I think, as of right now, hold on, I think, um, let me see something. I I'm not entirely sure. I think I think people voted for, what was it? To finish, okay, no, okay, I think it was, people voted to do Rika's route more. As of right now, Cap Stella is like is a freaking like I think I think a vote off or something like that. So if you want to finish Castella, come go on YouTube and vote. Anywho, um, let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, just shut up and get back to hello later. Good. Oh, also, people, a lot of people freaking voted for, I mean, a lot of people, I guess, liked, lovely, watching me, play, seeing Uta. So, yeah, I may do that, possibly again sometime soon. Maybe this week, maybe this Friday again. Don't know. Probably, maybe, I have no idea. But, might do, what you call it? I'm probably doing too many things at once. Um, uh, probably some more Tokino golden time might be what you call it? Uh, Tuesday. Anyway, let me shut up 'cause I'm talking too much. Anyway, mm.
そら
I did warn. Excuse me. I did warn her in time. The flashbang above us exploded, drowning us in light and sound so great I couldn't hear myself. Sometimes excuse me, sometimes the sound and light uh, not only stole the senses but also affected the target's mental observation, whatever. Mm. Uh, the white light, the white light in my retina blinded me. The sound resented, wait, the sound reminiscent of rebranding metal echoes through my ears. Mm. However, I knew we couldn't stop. Standing on the wall made us an easy target for the mates. I approached what I attempted to ignore the issues with my eyes and ears, and jumped down the wall, based on intuition and a mental image of the scene prior to the flashback. However, Sorako remained completely incapacitated. We couldn't hear each other. Suddenly, fell. Well, someone fell. What? Someone pulled our hands with great force. Who? It wasn't Soroko's hand, but who else could it have been in this situation? Saki? Saki? But no. Uh, uh, I focus on the fingers with yeah. Wait. focused on the feeling of the on the feeling. I focused on feeling the fingers and quickly realized they were unexpectedly slender. Was this a woman's hand? Okay, I put my money on Tama. I put my money on Tama, or maybe a rebel maid. Hmm. Based on the rhythm, based on the rhythm of our steps, I could tell the flashbang didn't affect her. Hmm. I considered, wait, I considered that it was a trap meant to capture us, but I quickly discarded the idea since it had been since it would have been too roundabout. Mm. The head led us into the forest near the mansion. Even though I couldn't see, I managed to walk around just fine based on my memories. Mm. I once wait, I was once chased into an ancient underground Rome laboratory where where I lost my flashlight, but but still managed to outwit my pursuers and escape the total darkness on well wait and escape the total darkness by relying on memory alone. Soon enough, my vision cleared. Who going for? Tama!
危なかったな、成田、空子。
I I I I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. It's Tama. I mean, again, it sort of ties everything all together a little bit we got going on here. Eh, and I say still, I enjoy lovely Tama. Tama. Eh, Tama, of all people, had saved us from certain doom.
玉緒ちゃん、どうしてこんなところに？
I'm not surprised.
まさか玉緒に助けられるとはね。礼を言おう。
別にいらねえよ。俺はここで別れるし。まだあいつらに面が割れるのは都合悪いんでな。
うん。
I already predicted that she wasn't a mere HMO. Tama had enrolled to accomplish a goal, much like Shinanoto. At that hour, she should have been in her room at the door, but I assumed she wasn't because of a of the aforementioned goal. I mean, Tama must have noticed uh Tokino acting strange, and chased her upon realizing that it might help complete her goal. Well, her job, no, her job.
やはり礼は言っておくとするよ。明石と玉緒。君は自分の都合を曲げて私と空子を救ってくれた。
Yeah.
僕もありがとう、玉緒ちゃん。
Hey, hey. She risked everything to save us. Mm. And that meant if only for a moment she pried towards us over her personal goals.
ほんと大げさだな、お前ら。それよか、あいつらしつこそうだし、せいぜいうまく逃げろよ。
Uh, I swear, blushing Tama is always my favorite.
我々が何をしているのか聞かなくていいのかね。
Nah, what's the point? With the with a vulgarous hump, Tama looked away and began walking. Ah, my absurd. I said, this is what I love her.
いらねえよ。お前らも俺が何してるのか聞かないだろ。
Tama rejected any further in, what, what, in, intimidation or interrogation, whatever. Uh, the silence said it all. So Sorako nodded in response.
玉緒ちゃん、戻ったらサクとエルちゃんに僕からお元気でってそう伝えておいて。わかった、任せとけ。成田は何か伝えるようなことあるか？
Tama accepted Soroko's emotional farewell with a casual glance, then turned to face me. At that moment, I realized we would most likely never meet again.
いや、不要だよ。
Wow. The academy was just a brief stop for me, even if it provided me warmth that I thought I lost. I wait, I merely had to say goodbye to that short, dreamlike phase of my life. I certainly had words. I certainly had words of gratitude, and perhaps even some parting regrets, but Shinonatari had no right to speak of them. Once I eliminated the remaining two targets, the academy would never the academy would never be the same again. It very well would collapse as a result of my actions. And yet, I still plan to pull the trigger. Shinonatari planned to destroy the home of the crowns as well as all the other HMIs cherished. Mm. That was why I never revealed my true thoughts to Toma. What? Mm. Farewell, and thank you for the beautiful illusion.
二人で駆け落ちしたとでも言っといてやるよ。
Tama left. Wait, Tama left behind one final parting. One final. What? Tama left behind one final parting joke before she ran off in the forest. She mixed into the darkness like a wait like a wait like a nocturnal beast and vanished without a trace. I love it,
さよ
Tama.
なら、玉緒ちゃん。
Wow. Circle's parting Circle's prayer Circle's prayer like a goodbye melted into the night wind and disappeared. The atomic illusion had come to an end. Mm. It was time for Shinonatari to descend upon the world of intense with Grain and settle the score with Tokino once and for all. Oh boy. We're gonna go back and kick her ass, right? Like a skilled hunter, Tama held. Wait, no. Wait, okay. Like a skilled hunter, Tokino held her breath as she and two SSDs the the armed maids chased after Natri and Sorako, who escaped the forest. Tokino didn't have a plan, but Tokino didn't plan to let them get away. Natri may have been able to escape on his own, but Sorako was with him, and she wasn't used to previous mountain paths. They couldn't wait. They couldn't have gotten far either. However, that that was mu- that was as much as an advantage as it was a disadvantage. She had to retrieve Soroko without harming her, meaning that they had to refrain from using weapons where possible.
あの時、確実に処理しておけばよかった。
Ooh. As she rushed, as she rushed through the old growth, she hid a bit of expression while looking back at a failure several years ago. Shinonatri was a man who should have already died on two occasions. Once during the night 7 years ago, once later in his life. His luck seemed to make him unkillable, or perhaps it was a curse that kept him alive. Whatever the case, she never could have predicted that someone who should have been dead and buried and had survived returned to Japan and plotted revenge. I mean, I mean that seems like a plot. I mean, come on now, like really, like I, I mean, excuse me. I'm guessing maybe they was thinking, oh, this is so okay, this is so good, it's never gonna happen, right? It's the one in a million case. We've done this many times before. So, we've done this many times before. We've done this many times. Oh, it's nothing. He's not coming back. Mm. The most irritating part aspect, wait, the most wait, the most what, wait, the most irritating aspect in her mind was the fact that she and Kuro had invited him to the academy. She had to correct her mistake. He had to die once and for all.
さあ、出てこい成田真理。
She didn't care if he was hiding like a rat. The SSDs were far beyond humans. They would quickly hunt him down and kill him. Wow, she's so desperate. Suddenly, an unreasonable, unidentifiable feeling ran down her back. When she was a little girl, when she was a little girl, her hobbyist grandfather had taken her hunting a few times, and once she approached and she's been approached by a giant bear, uh, with a taste of human flesh. The sensation she just felt seemed similar to react back wait to her wait the wait she just felt seemed wait she just felt seemed similar to her reaction back then. Okay. Stuff. It almost felt like she was the hunted. She looked at the SSDs, but neither one or two had noticed anything. Number four was left behind due to the grievous wounds, but but two two should have been been more than enough for a standard human, even if he was a powerful HMI. SSDs matched wait matched entire special operations squads all by themselves, and Tokino was to call them wait the ultimate offensive and defensive force on the planet. Uh-huh. Mm. Tokino certainly wait Tokino remained certain that it was only a matter of time until they caught Natori. But then something under her foot made a sound. Uh, oopsies. Oopsies. That had to be a landmine. Oh my god. She walked her. Oh, I swear. If that how it ends, I'm gonna laugh. That is just so fun. She walked right into it. A giant explosion trampled all over the silence of the dark forest. The shockwave from the 20 odd landmine chain explosion reached us without any trouble. Standing on the slanted hill, I looked down at where Tokino stood, watching as the vibrations subside.
戦争をするつもりだったのなら相手にも同じ覚悟があると思っておくべきだよ。 夜店時
Wow.
の。
Wow. Mm. I learned a lesson that during my last battle with one of those maids. So I prepared some surprises in the forest ahead of time. I set up a field wait, I had set up a field of remote controlled anti-personnel mines, and C4 I planted to use against the armed maids in case they appeared. His wasn't with me, so making it inconspicuous was a severe challenge. But in the end, I was simply glad that that it had proved useful. Mm. Tokino truly was a scientist at heart. No surprise, no superior offense or unbreakable defense existed in this world. The armed maids were the armed maids were only the strongest when they acted as assassins, bodyguards, or insurgents, bring them to a true bring them to a true war, made them slightly less effective. Mm. The anti-personnel claymores released about a released about 700 ball bearings each, with over 20 of them with over 20 of those there, even those maids couldn't escape.
ではこの舞台の幕を引くとしよ
Oh, but okay, are we gonna end her too? Oh, come on, let's do it.
ありた。
Yeah. The two armed maids both expired, but unfortunately for me, but fortunately for me, Tokino remained. Tokino yet lived. Sorako and I gazed down on her. Sorako had chosen to see this through to the end. That way, she could properly bear the weight of her decision.
時野さん。
Yeah, let's put another one in the ground. Ah. Sorako looked at the woman who cherished her with a hint of sorrow and resignation in her eyes. She clearly knew what was about to happen.
う。幕引きだ。夜店時の。
Another one down. I aimed the all too lightly Luger, my Osik armed at her.
お前は人類の夢をつむ敵。
Not entirely. Just four people's dreams, I'd say, right, Frank? Honestly, it seemed strange that she still breathed. She probably couldn't see anymore, which meant she didn't even know that Circle was watching.
成田真理は復讐者だ。正義も未来も夢もない。私はただ復讐という己のエゴでお前たちを殺すのだ。
ソラコ。
With a hoarse voice, she rang out the name of the girl she cherished while weakly reaching toward empty space. However, however, it felt like she was reaching for someone other than Sorako. Her hands seemed rather helpless and feminine as they moved about. Her hands wandering aimlessly, extending towards the moon.
さ
Oh, she's blushing a little bit. In her final moments, her mouth moved in a faint attempt to speak a certain name. Oh, oh, another act ended.
帝、黒船。あとは貴様だけだ。
Wow, okay. One remained. Once Kuro uh was was dealt with, this revenge would truly come to an end. Those days of hatred and bloodshed would cease to exist, and so too would Shina Natari. The curtain would fall once and for all on this long, painful wait, on his long, painful. Okay, the curtain would fall once and for all on his painful long play. Okay, that was it. Are we done? The painful silence of the forest almost made me almost made me lose consciousness. After the tense battle, I was left with a growing sense of fatigue. Whoa! The exhaustion made my vision blurry. That had to be because I wanted I wait. That had to be because I've gone through so many battles and so little time. I think my stars that I wasn't badly injured.
わーひといとねーんたらーた
I took a deep breath and stabilized my mind and heart. My limbs were heavy as stone, and the only thing propping them up as I walked was my deep-seated hatred for the final target. Kuro would soon learn of Tokino's death, but with the armed maids devastated, he didn't have much left to protect him. The best possible time to strike was that night. I couldn't waste the best opportunity. Well, I couldn't waste the opportunity. Okay.
これからどうするの？
このまま奥島へ戻ってその足でスクールへ取って返して黒船を倒す。
そう。
すまないが空子、もうしばらく歩くことになりそうだ。車までたどり着けば少し休める。そこまで。
So, suddenly, from beyond the hand, I extended towards Sorako. What are you doing? I heard the familiar sound of a gun cocking. Um, uh, honestly, I wanted to save her. No, no, no. Even if it meant betraying everything else. Sorako walked a step behind Natari. Um, she was only looking at his back, but she knew he was exhausted, and yet she forced herself not to act considerate. To Soroko, who didn't know the intensity or sincerity and the anger of hatred, it was hard to even imagine what drove him. Even our halo didn't even our halo didn't help her to understand it. However, upon witnessing the death of her father, stepmother, and Tokino, she caught a few glimpses of the intense, harsh life Natori had led. Gazing at his back made Soroko think he was like a firework. Shinanatari had embraced a life of obsession, one which was destined to be both wait, one which was both wait, one which was determined to be both powerful and brief. She felt that perhaps that was what she found most attractive about him, for it was something out of her grasp.
このまま行かせてもいいのか？成田は黒船理事長を殺しに行くんだろ？
Oh, wait. Hibiki talked to her as she's always done. When Sorako, wait, when had Sorako first, wait, when Sorako had first established contact with her, her other self. However, however long had she been? How long had they been actually been together? She didn't know, but Sorako did know that that when she isolated herself and started riding away, they spent time encouraging and talking to each other. Hibiki was the closest to Soroko's was the closest person to Soroko's world, perhaps even including Narita.
僕はこれでいいよ。今夜の終わりまで一緒に行くって約束したから。
Her father died, her mother passed, and so did Tokino. And all those happened in part due to Soroko's own choice. It was obvious. It was obvious what would come next. During the wait, during the explosion incident, she wished to survive because she wanted things to change in her mind. Things couldn't have continued as they were, and that included herself, of course. She known that the chairman, her parents, and Tokino all played a part of the all played a part in the tragedy that happened 7 years ago. Yet she's done nothing. For a moment, wait for a moment, wait okay wait for a moment. She remembered the childhood friend with a similar wound as Natalie. A similar wound to Natalie's. Uh, did Tokyo wait? Did Taigi know his father was what? Did Taigi know his father was responsible? Circle's halo couldn't read minds, but she knew that Taigi still suffered much like Natri. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, that's a nice little thing going on here. So it's a hey, oh, excuse me. Okay, it's a nice little hey, we know Circle somewhat knows about the suffering. I guess of Taigi. Mm. Taigi's wound wasn't quite the same searing, all-consuming void in his heart like Natori's. It felt just as deep and profound. Mm. This world was full of festering wounds. Everyone had suffered some. And due to that knowledge, Sorako lacked the ability to feel anger. Even now, she didn't feel the desire to get revenge when she looked at Natri. Instead, Sorako simply wanted to end the cycle of hatred. She wanted to she simply wanted to close all the wounds that had opened 7 years ago. Indeed, she wanted to grant him true peace. What of her though? Uh, well, Natri had already given her one answer. She would make the curtain fall over this cycle of hatred once and for all. That that was indeed a perfectly viable solution. As someone who knew everything and yet did nothing, Circle figured she had to see this through to the bitter end. And wait, and she would wait, and she would do and she would do just that as long as she reached the end of this night.
そこまででいいんだ。それ以上、彼の重荷にはなれない。空子は、奴の重荷なのか？
Ooh,
僕が一緒にいたら、成田くんは忘れられないでしょ。
what's going on? Uh, he couldn't forget he couldn't forget the days. He couldn't forget the days. Wait. Okay, let me try to read this right. My uh hold on. Okay. Uh, he couldn't forget the days he lost, the pain he experienced, or the fact that he killed Soroko's parents.
何もかも終わった後も、きっと、成田くんは自分を責め続けてしまう。僕、
Oh, whoopsie. Uh, that wouldn't be a fitting end. Shinatare had lost more than enough. His family, sister, past life, and even his name uh had been taken from him. That was why Sorako thought of disappearing. What is mm, the mere thought the mere thought that would make him cry made her heart hurt. However, sadness didn't last forever. Uh, people moved forward when given enough time, and so he would eventually forget Soroko, put his quest for revenge behind him, and finally start a new life. That there was no place, there was no space, wait, there was no place for her there. She too was his past after all. She was but a reminder of a cursed, bloody memory. Sorka remained selfish until the very end. She betrayed her own family and had since prepared to abandon the man who loved her. Uh, she realized what a selfish woman she was. However, Sorako Katsuragi would still do what she had to do. What she had to, I bet. There was also the fact that walking any further was hard. She killed many people. Mm. Even if she didn't pull the trigger, she agreed to it. So the blood was definitely on her hands. She didn't regret it, but it was a sin nonetheless. Her parent, wait, her parent had atoned. Wait, her parent had atoned, so it was only right for her to do so too. For her to do the same.
響ちゃんはどうしたい？
Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This sounds like something bad's about to happen. Uh, is that shotgun about to make its way back to Sorpo? No, 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 no. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. She asked the same question that Hibiki had refused to answer at the academy.
僕は今夜の終わりまで行ったら、それでもういいんだ。
That was enough for Soraka. She experienced a lot of pain, but her wish had come true. Her wish for Shin and Ri to return had come true. That childish wish once she realized it couldn't be granted. Mm. In the end, at least half of it had been so she no longer had any regrets, or or so she thought. Ultimately, there was still something coiling around her heart. She thought about it, then stopped and shut it away.
体は響ちゃんが使えばいいよ。
Huh? Hibiki's response, however, shook Soroko to the core. I don't want it.
私はスクールを守らなくちゃいけない。
Soroko had expected a scolding, but Hibiki didn't talk about her choice at all. Instead, she wanted to pursue it. Instead, she wished to protect. Tokino Noble Academy.
どういうこと？あいつは、成田はスクールに戻る。そして、黒船理事長を殺す。私は理事長のことなんて信用してない。ろくでもない男に違いないだろう。
Okay.
でも、スクールを動かせるのは、あの男だけだ。黒船がいなくなれば、すべてが台無しになってしま
Yeah.
う。成田が言った通りだよ。本当にやりたいことをやれと。今も、あいつの声が聞こえてる。
Mm. If there's anger in your heart, do not hesitate. Mm. Sorako could hear the voice as well. It resounded within her like an echo. The words were meaningless to Sorako. She couldn't bring herself to wait, she couldn't bring herself to hate or get mad at anyone until the very end.
成田くんは、間違っていないよ。
Not Shina Natri truly had the right to exact revenge.
それは、成田の理由だ。私の理由じゃない。私は思ってたよりも、あの場所が好きらしい。だから、これが成田の教えてくれた、私の。
Oh,
響ちゃんは、みんなを守りたいんだね。それが、一つだけの望みなんだ。たとえ、あいつの邪魔をすることになっても。
okay.
それなら、今しかないか。うん。
Their dispute had been settled there. Had been settled there. If he returned to Ocean, he would head straight to Kuro.
僕は、成田くんを自由にしたいんだ。
Okay.
じゃあ、ちょうどいいな。
I mean, I mean, okay. I mean, okay. It's somewhat okay. It's somewhat doing the same though. I mean,
うん、ちょうどいい。
oh, she felt happy that he valued her, and okay, she felt happy that he valued her, sad that he couldn't accompany him, and hurt by the fact that he treasured her. But still, but still she would do it, even if it meant harming the most important thing in her life. She would do what she had to. What she had to do, my bad. She would set him free from his chains and allow him to gaze up at the sky from their past once more. It was time. Wait, it was time to rise. The wait, wait, wait. It was time to rise. Wait, it was time to raise the curtains on Sorako Katsuragi's stage.
こういうのも、妥協っていうのかな。ん？誰かの幸せは、誰かの不幸せでないと、贖えない。でも、それだと、二人で一緒に幸せにはなれない。僕たちは、初めから二人だから、二人で探すためには、どちらでもない道を探さないといけない。
Yeah.
そういう時は、少しだけ諦めればいいんだ。諦めきれないものを諦めて、少しだけ得をして、少しずつ損をする方法を考える。そういう妥協で、人類はたくさんのことを成し遂げてきたんだって、以前、時野さんが言ってたんだ。
I have to say, I'm just waiting for the kissing to start, quite frank, for the Yuri. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just hoping, just for the, just to, yeah, I mean, okay, okay. Okay, I'm curious. Okay, okay. If Sorako and Hibiki start kissing and making out, is it considered Yuri? I mean, I would think so, right? You're making out with two girls, but I mean, does it count as incest too? I mean, two bodies, the same body. Different person. Can you incest with yourself? I mean, that's a nice question. Like, can you incest with yourself? I'm curious.
今の私たちみたいにか？だから、響ちゃん。
After trailing off, during her final sentence, Sora Katsuragi picked up the gun. She then caught her breath and raised the object in her hand.
空子。
成田くん、僕は今夜の最後まで一緒に行くつもりだった。
Um, the muzzle before my eyes was so dark that it resembled a portal to hell. The situation confused me for a moment, but then I understood. After all, it was manifest. It was the manifestation of an emotion I knew too well. Revenge.
そうか。だがなぜ今だ？その理由を聞かせてはもらえないか？
Wow. She waited until Shinanatari fought but if she waited until Shinanatari fought Kuro, then then uh then even if I survived, I would have been completely drained and as vulnerable as a baby. Mm. Circle's short hair danced in the wind, still aiming her gun at me. She flashed me a sad smile.
僕は家族を、時野さんを裏切ってしまった。僕を愛してくれていたのに。
Oh,
僕は成田くんへの愛情を優先した。きっとこれが僕が一番欲しいものだと信じて。
damn, poor Circle. Circle stopped there, then shook her head before squinting and continuing.
後悔はしてない。
Okay.
でもね、思い違いもしてた。一番欲しいものを手に入れても、二番目、三番目に欲しいものが必要じゃなくなるわけじゃないんだね。
Mm. Of course, however, generally, when a person sought two things two things at once, they ended up with neither. Most people understood that, and yet still found it hard to avoid that pitfall. I myself was no exception. I tried to exact my revenge while getting close to Soroko. She paused her lips and furrowed her brow, but her eyes were moist. It was cause of it was cause wait it was caused by an emotion that was rather hard to understand, a mix of anger, sadness, and love.
成田くん、愛してる。でも、あなたは憎むべき仇でもある。
Oh shit.
父さんと母さん、それに時野さん、みんな罪深い人たちだった。何も知らない帝の人たちを殺した。あなたや瑠璃ちゃんを殺した。あなたは正しい。何も間違ってない。復讐する正当な理由も権利もある。僕がその結果を悲しく思っているだけ。僕はただ僕の理由で こうして銃を構えてるんだ。
Okay. Well, I guess I made a bad decision then.
そして、私にも理由がある。
Oh. Soraka's expression shifted to indicate that her other self, Hibiki, had taken charge.
お前を行かせたら、スクールが終わってしまう。
私が黒船を殺せばということか。
成田も分かってるんだろ。スクールを運営できるのは、帝黒船だけだ。あの男がどれだけ卑劣で罪深くても、奴を必要としている人間がいる。
君もなのだね。
She hadn't said much, but I knew what she meant. The normal, peaceful, relaxing days at the academy were hanging by a thread. And to Hibiki, who spent most of her time in solitude within Sorako, those days were more precious than anything else.
成田、私に名前をくれて、ありがとう。
Oh shit. The strained personality showed a warm expression for once. She looked a lot like Soroko because she didn't have her glasses on, but everything about her still felt fresh and different.
お前は、二人でこそ得られる幸があるかもしれない、とか言ってたけど、どうやら無理みたいだな。
Well,
まあ、仕方ない。世の中なんて、そんなものだよ。
okay.
ずっと、腐りきった果実みたいな場所だって思ってた。どこもかしこも不臭ばかりの、真っ暗なところだと。でもまあ、地獄にだって光は差す。ほんの一瞬でも、星みたいに小さくても、輝くものがある。それが分かったから。悪く、
君の別
Oh,
れ
what's
は
it? I kept
ま
my
るで詩のようだ。
yeah.
よくわかった。話してくれてありがとう。空子、響。
僕の方こそ、聞いてくれて、ありがとう、成田
Wow.
くん。
Well, well, I mean, we're about to get gunned down by love. I mean, it's sad, but Sorako shot me one last smile before readjusting the gun in her hand. Well, in order to dash forward, I lowered myself. I lowered myself about half my height, and gathered my strength from my lower body. This was something Sorako wanted, and so there was nothing more for me to say. The only There was only one path for Shinonatari would walk on. If this had happened after it was all over, I would have uh, gladly handed my life over to Soraka. But I still had an oath to fulfill, as well as a burning lust for revenge in my heart. So I had to claim victory. Well, let me save. The feelings mixing and occurring within circles something so it, within circles sometimes showed on her face. This was something she had to do, this was something she had to do, just as Shinanatari had to fulfill his oath. Despite being an adventurer, I fallen in love with her and dragged her into this hell. And so Shinanatari was the one responsible for Sorako holding that gun. That was why I was the one who had to end it. Time ti- time grounded to a halt before she pulled the trigger. I ran. The heavy sound of gunfire reached my ears. I sighted. Wait. I side-eyed the back shot as it shattered the bark of a nearby tree, then vanished into the dense forest. Hmm. After dodging the first shot, Natri darted into the forest. Sorako had only one shot left. If she missed that one, she had no hope of winning.
やっぱり、すごいね、成田くん。まともにやると、勝ち目どころか、勝負にもならないぞ。それは困るな。
Okay, so did our girls plan all this like way ahead? Well, no matter which one of them survived, uh, either way, no matter which one survived, either Sorako or Hibiki's wish would come true. However, if Natri decided to show pity and merely tie her up, all her actions would have been in vain. But Sorko was but a foolish woman who betrayed her, abandoned their love, and tried to avenge her parents. If that wasn't how she saw her, he would never forget her. Had to become Sorko had to become a lowly traitor, not worthy of remembering. She was fine with being a foolish woman who aimed her gun at those who loved her. However, as she was now, there was nothing she could do to fulfill her or Hibiki's wish.
二人なら、できるかもしれないね。
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna say thank you all for coming. This is a long ass fucking episode. Um, really? Um, I I I can't wait for Thursday, quite frank. We're gonna come back to this. So that's something. I may possibly do a freaking live stream tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Um, um, so yeah, that's gonna be something. If you haven't voted, please go vote. Freaking great. But anywho, yeah. What else? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do uh um what you call it? Calf stout. I mean, no, yeah, I might do Rika's route tomorrow. Um, if people don't don't want calf stout and all that, there's like I think I need like two freaking more votes to come to freaking for calf for what you call it for what is it for for um for for damn it. Okay, I need to votes on the poll for to pick either Rico or Castella for Tuesday. Um and for Tokino Golden Time I need to freaking figure out who to what poll for then. Um I might keep on doing freaking Riddle Joker. I need to do Riddle Joker again. I think that's what I'm gonna do Wednesday, and I'm gonna keep that schedule of Riddle Joker on Wednesday, and and keep going time on Friday. I think. But anywho, that's schedule wise for now. But I might do freaking uh, what you call it Saturday. Um um what's it called uh uh say you know the but anywho, thank you for coming again. Really, thank you for being watching and all that stuff, and I'll see you all next time.